This is a Your Last Resorts production.
Welcome back to another episode of What is Wrong with You. Today I have Chris Tan as my guest. He is a comedian. He's my friend. He runs shows. He does a lot. And I'm happy to finally have him on because I got our podcast dates when you were going to come mixed up.
Right.
So I'm sorry for that. A lot,
That's
Chris.
the question. All right.
Clearly a lot. I have ADHD. We'll start there, but no. So I'm starting this new thing at the beginning of this where I ask all my guests something new that you've discovered this week.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything new?
Yeah, I've been reading this book about like the history of Scientology.
Cool.
And the guy who created it, like right now it's like a culty religion with a shit ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be like very unsuccessful and unpopular because they like tried to like make it the new therapy. And then the guy who created it was like, shit, this is hard. You need to back it up with science. And so then he shifted to religion. He was like, I don't have to prove anything.
Yeah.
And then it became super popular.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like buy that book at Barnes & Noble or something? Or did you just...
Yeah. Wait, no, Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was recommended to me through Doug Stanhope.
Heck yeah. I feel like, I don't know why I asked that. I guess people don't even go to Barnes & Noble.
No, I was actually about to go to Barnes & Noble earlier
Really?
today to buy a manga.
Buy a what?
Like, what do you call it? Like Japanese anime on paper.
Oh, okay. I know what that is. You brought your smelling salts.
They're not smelling salts. This is just eucalyptus. Everybody gives me a bad rap now. They think I'm like a drug dealer. This is just a Hong Tai brand herbal inhaler. All right? This is... See?
You're going to do... Oh, you're
See?
doing
No
drugs?
tears. No tears.
Okay, I'll try it. If I pass out.
Yeah, your credit score will increase.
I hope so.
See? See? All right, there we go.
That is calming. That is really calming. A little while earlier, you had told me that you had a story about a swingers club.
Uh-huh.
I have been dying to know what happened with that. And
I
how
wish...
you got yourself in that situation.
Yeah, I wish we were able to do the podcast on Saturday because I asked Cassandra to come out. We could have had her give her input
I'm sad.
from her side of the story. But,
So for anybody listening, if you're confused, I am an idiot and I got my dates mixed up and I asked Chris if he could come on the 16th, but I really meant the 18th. And I even wrote it down in my planner that he was coming. I texted Brandon, which is the producer of this podcast, that he was coming on the 18th, and I got my dates mixed up. So that's why he said he wished he could come on Saturday. So continue. Sorry.
oh, yeah. What was it? Cassandra, who I've been dating for our, I think, like, 5th date, I recommended going to a swingers club, which is like 5 minutes away from where I grew up. So this is nostalgic on so many levels. Yeah, just playing with monkey bars, going on swings, and then going to watch people fuck down the street like 20 years later.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah.
And there they have like this giant orgy bed, which is honestly almost the size of this room. And the owner who gave us a tour, he was like, I've seen 26 people fuck on this bed at the same time.
Oh my god. That is wild.
I know, dude.
So, like, how did you even get a tour? Did you just ask?
No, when you walk in, they kind of like show you the ropes because they got like protocols, like don't record, like don't stare at people too long without consent. That was a big one.
That's like, so you just saw people like fucking.
Yeah.
And then the
Cassandra
rule was just
did
like,
not
don't.
like it. Cassandra did not like that.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable. You don't have very good like date suggestions.
You run out of stuff after a while. Besides like going to restaurants, like what else can you do?
This is Austin. There's so many things to do. It's like, hey, let's go watch people
There's like
fuck.
3 things to do.
You could go. Well, it's too hot to go anywhere outside, but you could go. Main event's kind of lame. You could go grab a
Main
drink
event?
somewhere.
We're not 12, Janessa. I'm not hooking up with middle schoolers.
That's why I said it's kind of lame.
There's 3 things you can do in Austin. You can go eat, you can go drink, and you can go paddle boarding. That's
you can
it.
take her to an open mic.
No,
I'm
no,
just kidding.
No.
No,
I
you could take
respect her.
shopping. Yeah, that's probably worse than swingers club.
Yeah.
So you walked in and you saw this bed. Were people were on it when you saw the orgy bed?
No, not that night.
Okay.
No. The guy just told me like the most he's seen was
Oh,
26.
okay. So how do you? I just have so many questions because honestly, I didn't even know what it like.
Are you interested in the lifestyle?
No.
That's what they call it, the lifestyle.
The
I went up and
lifestyle?
asked like, "How long have you been swinging?" He was like offended because then you look at them kind of like a freak. They don't want that. It's called the
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Okay. That's a weird lifestyle. I'm too jealous to ever have a lifestyle like that. I couldn't.
Jealous?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'd be jealous. Like, but yeah, I didn't know what a swinger was until like a year ago. So I didn't even know that it would be legal for them to have something like that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
wouldn't think so.
No.
Apparently, if you go to like a grocery store, you can identify other swingers by like taking a pineapple, flipping it upside down.
I've heard that. That's
Yeah.
wild.
And to add to going to the swingers club with Cassandra, I went with her to Whole Foods, and I was like, "Let's see what happens. We're a good-looking couple." And so I got 2 pineapples. I flipped them upside down, and then this guy walked straight towards us. I was like, "All right." And then he reached for the kiwis, and I was like,
You thought, poor Cassandra, she was probably uncomfortable there.
"She took some Molly. I ate her ass that night. I made up for it."
That makes it all better.
Yeah,
ass eating.
yeah.
Who wouldn't love that?
She was flattered.
Yeah,
there was a stripper hitting on her. Yeah.
That's kind of, I kind of like, I'm not daring enough to actually do it, but one day if I get bored and somebody, it was like, I dare you, that I would go flip pineapples at the grocery store and see. But I guess I don't really have any, never mind, I'm single.
But I mean, you're a girl.
Yeah, but
A young girl.
I feel like it's not as fun if I'm just like, hey, this is just me. I don't have a boyfriend, but I want to join a swingers club.
Guys, single guys have to pay $100 to go in. You get in for like $10.
Yeah.
They have pantyless nights. You can get in for free if you just don't wear underwear. Like,
did you know that I've been seeing this on TikTok? Girls are starting to sell their underwear, like, online.
Why have they not been doing this before TikTok?
They probably have. I've just been seeing it on TikTok a lot where girls are like, sell your, like, underwear. And I'm like...
So what happens in the video? Are they just, like, showing, like, pay stubs?
No, they talk about it. Like, they say, like, their experiences selling underwear. But they don't actually, like, take videos. Because it's supposed to be you sell your used underwear.
Right.
But girls aren't actually, like, wearing them. They're, like, putting them on their feet or, like... licking them or doing like other things and then putting it in the package and selling it and saying that it's used.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of hot. Make a guy think that your pussy smells like your foot.
Yeah, but it's like that would be an easy way to make money, but I feel like they can. I'm just too paranoid, I guess, because I'm like, what if they tracked back your DNA, you know, and then they're like, that's them.
That's the one?
Yeah, because there's no way to like really do that anonymously, but they say it's anonymous. I guess it's not.
Yeah. I've heard one funky little fetish some guys have. They ask for girls to take a bath, and then they send the water to the guy.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. How long has that been around?
I've heard it like maybe 5-6 years ago.
Okay,
I don't think this is a trend. It might just be
crazy,
like a group of high school friends with a weird kink.
Selling bathwater?
Yeah.
Oh my. Brandon, can you look that up and see what comes up when just type in just selling bathwater?
Oh yeah, that's definitely a real thing. Like I've heard that. Like that's a creepy guy thing to say. Like you know, like you're like, oh my god, she's so hot, I just want to drink her bathwater.
Yeah.
It's one of the, you know, like the old ones, like, oh, I drag my balls across 1,000 miles of broken glass just to smell you fart or something.
Yeah.
It's like those
I can
things.
do that. Yeah.
Oh, that's wild. Okay.
How much would you sell your bathwater for?
It depends how much water. And also, well, I use expensive like exfoliants for the bath and like soaps and all that. So to
Bake
make
that in the,
yeah, I'd probably say like 50 a bag.
This
50 a bag.
Is that a reasonable
you don't
price?
respect yourself at all.
Well,
50 a bag?
I'm talking about like a snack bag.
of the
You
bath
know?
water.
Yeah.
That's funny that you say that. I found this article that says there's an Instagram influencer who would sell bottles of her bath water, and she sold out in 3 days and sold them for $30 a bottle. So I think you're in the
Damn.
price range.
Yeah, damn. All right. She's a
Okay,
natural.
hell
Yeah.
But a bottle seems smarter.
Right.
Because you could get creative. You could put it in like a mason jar like this and like decorate it cute. That's what I would do. Yeah. Shoot. Might be a good idea. That's what I would do.
I think plastic bags are more versatile. They can jack off to it better.
Gross. If you could pick one celebrity to drink their bath water, a woman or a man, if you're
That's a
into
good
that, who would
question.
it be?
I'd have to figure out who I think smells the best or the worst and whether and decide which one I want. Maybe Natalie Portman. After playing with the lightsaber, I've been thinking about Star Wars a lot.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a solid answer. Would you do it if she made you, like, how much would you pay to do it?
Shoot, I take
Yeah,
back that
see?
answer because I don't know her. It'd have to be
Okay.
somebody from college or high school.
What? That's even worse.
But that way it means more, you know? If
yeah.
I'm paying $40 for like 16
But
ounces.
it's Natalie Portman.
Yeah, but
That's
I don't
like
know
more.
her.
Where'd you go to high school
I
at?
don't
Here in
know
Austin?
her. Yeah, I went to high school.
That's more important than some Austin
Well, I was
local.
about to name a girl. I was like, oh, man, I don't know.
No. Yeah.
All right, so pause here.
Okay.
So guys would want a girl's bathwater.
Yeah.
What would girls want from a guy? That's like on the same level. Like toenails?
No. I don't like. You know what? Actually, I take that back. I wouldn't want toenails, but when a man goes to get pedicures, that's attractive to me. Because they're taking care of their feet. Because men have such nasty feet.
Fair.
That's like, I get grossed out by feet easily, but I don't know. I'm trying to think.
So you're like a clean guy.
Yeah. Someone like clean cut or something. I don't want a nasty dude.
What about like when they get like that comb with like the shaved ends and then they do that to the heel? You want a bag of that?
Well,
you want a bag of that?
No.
Oh.
You know what? Robert Pattinson, I think I would pay to get one of his used pillowcases. Is that on the same level as like bathwater?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, any amount. That's what I would say. That'd be my answer. Because I wouldn't want any guys like jizz or anything. That'd be like nasty.
Right.
But a pillowcase.
That's a good answer because
Yeah.
that's like really him. You might get a couple
Yeah.
hairs on there too.
Yeah, I wouldn't be grossed out by his hair. Not gonna lie. Yeah.
That's a better answer than bathwater. Actually.
Yeah.
That's a really good answer. It's not as creepy, but it's a more accurate answer.
Yeah. It is almost creepy, but it's fine. It's Robert Pattinson. He was like, there was this thing where people were saying he enjoyed like spitting on girls or something like that. And I was like, I don't think that's like bad when it's him.
Girls just like to be like smacked and like all that nasty stuff because you got to be like a pretty lady in the streets.
Yeah, and be like
Freaking
smacked
sheets.
around.
Yeah.
Did you learn that at the swingers club?
Porn, experience, drugs, a little bit of everything.
Your eucalyptus.
Yeah, all of it.
So how do you get those? Is it legal to say?
Thailand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do whenever you run out? You have to go back?
I got like 4 more. These last like 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be back at some point.
Okay. Does
And
it
then
stress
I'll
you
buy,
out
like, an
though?
entire pallet.
How many come like in a pellet?
Oh, you can buy like 2,000.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
okay.
I've got
Okay,
the.
so you've had like a lot of them.
have the entire Austin comedy scene nibbling on this bottle right now. I'm
Yeah, you
developing a dependency on this.
You are.
This helps you not bomb on stage, right?
Yeah, that's true. I've sniffed that a couple times. Again.
Yeah, let's take an intermission so that
For-
Janessa can relieve her
Get-
anxiety.
Get sober. Okay, yeah, I can't even. Let's see what it has. Use inhale. Once this. Okay, I will say I have pretty bad vertigo. And you told me one time that helps. And I don't know if it's just like a placebo where I'm like, it actually helps. But I feel like it actually helps. Vertigo. The times I've sniffed that, I haven't felt as dizzy.
Yeah.
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 Sweet.
Wait, so my fun fact was Scientology. What was yours?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to. I wasn't going to say one, but I'll say one now. I discovered this writer named Aaron Sorkin, and he has a lot of projects. Have you ever seen? I think it's called. Would you mind looking it up, Brandon? I think it's called The Social Network on YouTube. I haven't seen it, but we were like required to do scenes for class of his, and I looked up some of his writing, and it's just really great writing, and so that's gonna be my like thing for this month is just watching all his movies. And yeah, that's there he is. Yeah, the social network.
Oh, you're talking about the movie. Okay.
Yeah, but he wrote that, and he's wrote a lot of other things, and it's cool because he's known for having scenes that are like two people talking and moving, which like you typically don't see walking scenes in movies if you think about it. So I'm just being a nerd, like, oh, he's got so many things. But yeah, I just read some of his like scripts and like sides from the scripts, and I was like, this is pretty dope. Yeah. So the Scientology book that you've been reading, what's it called?
Into Scientology.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually went to visit like the Church of Scientology, like in New York.
Sweet.
They have a nice mansion like near Times Square. It's actually really cool.
So like, are you just like a fan of Scientology?
No,
Is
I
that
just
why
like
you read
doing
the
weird
book?
stuff.
Okay.
I told Cassandra that the swingers club just happens to be sexual. I would have gone to the Church of Scientology with her for a third date.
Yeah. That's fair. What number date did y'all go on to the swingers club? 5? Okay.
And then after she was like, yeah, by number 10, I don't want to do an orgy. Like,
that's like the next level. That's the third base in y'all's relationship. Or home run is
but
participating in
the
orgy.
Church in Scientology, I went in there solo, which was a big regret. But I took their personality test. I took their IQ test.
Oh, wow.
I was there for like a good 2-3 hours. They almost got me. They kind of got me.
How'd they have you take like a personality test there? Is it like the ones you take online? But just in person?
No, they're actually really long. The personality test was like 200 questions.
Wow.
It was almost like in elementary school when you take like state exams. You like sit in like a little wooden desk. There's
Really?
like dividers. Yeah.
That seems like a fun day though. Like a fun.
It was fun, but it was also kind of
Yeah.
scary because I gave them like fake information. I told them my name was like Jake. I was from like Alabama.
Why?
Because I didn't want them to track me.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, and then while I was taking the test, there were like 4 of them huddled behind me, kind of looking at me. I was like, oh, fuck, they know I'm not Puerto Rican. They know.
Like, we're on to him. So did you put a fake name, obviously, but you put like fake answers for your personality?
I'll put down real answers.
Oh, okay.
That's some fun ones.
Yeah. So what did you like discover from taking that test?
Well, I'm learning from the book. They have like preset like I guess results where you fall in like 7 or 8 different categories. But I think the results after taking the personality test was like you're charismatic, but you drown in insecurity.
Oh my god!
And so it limits you from achieving your full potential. And I was like, fuck, this is spot on.
Yeah.
Fucking knows me, man.
They're really tracking you down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're charismatic, but it didn't seem like you're insecure. But maybe I just can't read that on you. Maybe is that what's wrong with you? I'm just messing with you, Chris.
No, but he was spot on. This is like, fuck God, like 4 years ago before comedy, maybe 5. And Yeah, I was like, shit, this guy.
Yeah.
I like tried to run away. I was like, no, people say this is terrible for you. This makes sense. Don't give them $400 for the starter course.
Oh, they like offer you a starter course?
Yeah, they
Okay.
sell you like sessions or like
Of
read the
course.
book and then, yeah.
Yeah, of course they do. I took a quiz the other day it was trying to find out your attachment style. Because I wanted to see what mine was.
How many are there?
There's like 4, I think.
Okay.
Because there's the anxious, and then detached, and then there's a couple other ones, but I don't remember what they were. But I got detached, which I
Ooh, I feel like I'm the same as you. What was that one?
Yeah.
What is that one?
So I'll actually read it to you what I got from my results, because when I took it, I was like, this is scary. They're on to me. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. Okay.
But one of the signals is bringing your date on to a swingers club.
That's the first one. Okay, yeah. Well, okay, so it's not necessarily detached, it's dismissive/avoidant. It says you prefer to maintain an emotional distance from others. If someone does attempt to forge an intimate bond with you, you may pull away from the relationship. You may come across as aloof and distant to others. You dislike being dependent on others and see yourself as self-sufficient and independent. Emotional intimacy, trust, and dependency on others are difficult concepts for you.
This is like the Church of Scientology all over again.
Yeah.
I gotta snip this again.
Yeah. Just get faded to forget. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what it is. And so yeah, I felt called out. I would probably feel called out if I went to the Church of Scientology. But does it, so all these things that I'm like talking about right now and we're talking about, does it have that in the book that you're reading?
I'm like maybe like a fifth of the way through. No,
Okay.
they haven't talked about it like that, but they have like, they would like purposely target like celebrities who are like insecure, who had like lost their career, gotten canceled, or they're up and coming to where they have the want to go to the top. And so they have that weird insecurity, like just so they like capitalize on that. They're like, this guy needs something to get to the next level.
Who have they like said? Who you read so far that they've said is like that?
These are like old people.
Oh, okay.
These are like in the 60s and 70s.
Oh,
But John Travolta is like their what is it called? Poster child.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he was big in like the 70s and 80s. He was first and foremost like a Scientologist, and then he became an actor.
Oh.
And then who else? Will Smith.
Oh.
And Jada.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Have you seen those red table talks that Jada used to do?
No. What is
She
that?
she would bring, I think, like people on. I only saw a couple where she was talking about her and Will Smith's marriage, but she would talk really slow like this and like try to make it seem like she's saying something deep, but it was really not that deep of a message. But yeah, that's interesting. That seems like a good book, and I didn't know John Travolta was like that. I've honestly like only probably seen him in one movie.
Pulp Fiction.
I've never watched that. It's bad, I know.
Me neither. I know nothing about movies, dude.
You said that like you were a fan. Pulp Fiction?
Sorry, I should have said it like Jada. Pulp Fiction.
Did you watch Andrew Schultz's special? His new one?
No, I didn't. I watched it live. I will eventually watch it, yeah.
Okay, so, God, there was someone that you saw. When was it that you put this? I know you saw Trevor Wallace.
Yeah.
Right? I think I saw it on your show. I'm jealous of you because I love him. Was he good live?
He was really funny. Yeah, Cassandra.
Of course.
She just told me to go. And I was like, I don't know who he is, so I was like, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just looked him up on Instagram real quick. I didn't really know what to expect. He was really funny. I liked him a lot.
He's funny. Have you seen his like sketches and stuff?
Yeah.
I love his sketches.
The Claw's the Law.
Yeah.
Dude, his audience loves him, but they don't respect him.
Really?
He would just be like, right? It's all just like a bunch of like like young college grads who are like still pounding White Claw.
Okay.
And just like in the middle of bits, just being
Yeah.
like, the claw's the law. And then he
Yeah.
would like have a really funny riff off of that and be like,
Yeah.
fuck you, I'm going to keep telling pickle jokes.
I could see that because he does put a lot of clips of him, like people shouting at him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like that would be what his
I
fans
think
are.
he loves it, but he's really good.
Yeah, he's funny. I like his stuff. Have you ever done a college show?
No, I don't think so. I've done a couple queer variety shows. They hate me. I'm not even like outwardly
What?
homophobic.
Yeah.
I think I'm just I don't talk about being whatever, so they don't
And
like
so they don't
that.
like you? No. You don't like strike me as homophobic, but maybe there's something
No,
about
I
you
think I
don't
just
know.
don't like talk about sexuality.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never done one of those. I've done like college shows, but I feel weird sometimes because, well, when I've done those, I'm like, I don't think they'll think I'm funny. I don't have anything that relates to them. But it's weird because
But
we're
you
like
look
the
like
same
one of
age.
them.
I know, well, we're the same age, but I just don't feel like one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. What have you done, like any fun shows lately?
Most fun show I've done recently. One that comes to mind first is a pizza show at Ty Wynn's house.
I've heard about
had
those.
this. Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. He would call pizza boys
Yeah,
and
that's
then just
great.
like invite them onto stage when they came here and he
Yeah.
would bribe them. That was really fun.
Right, that's awesome. So you did comedy in New York first, right?
Yeah.
And what would you say is like the main difference from New York to Austin?
New York to Austin. Well, just from living here.
Yeah.
The girls in Austin are hotter. The girls in New York are hornier. So you have this
Like in
weird
comedy?
trade-off, huh?
Like
Oh, I thought you meant like in general. Oh.
well, in general, okay.
Oh yeah, from the
So-
7 female
well, no.
comics in here in
No,
Austin.
that's. I thought you were talking about like the audience members. I was like,
Oh, the
how much are
audience
you
members. Oh, yeah.
like, has Cassandra seen these women at shows? Just... okay, well, so I guess we can talk about it just in general. So,
New York in general?
yeah, no, so the women in New York, you said, are hornier.
Oh, we can skip on to
well,
the old
we won't-
question.
Yeah, that's.
The
I
audiences.
meant like, yeah, I meant like comedy.
Oh, Austin's better.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
Well,
just
of
down
course,
for
but-
anything.
Yeah,
They're just
okay.
happy to be here,
Cool.
right?
Yeah, I've never been to New York.
'Cause people talk about how LA, the people moving from LA are gonna ruin the town. As an Austinite, it's actually seemingly going well
Yeah,
because they're just here to have fun
right.
and drink their White Claws and then
Yeah.
go on a paddleboard, right?
Yeah,
And so they're just really here to enjoy it.
do that. Yeah. Do you go paddleboarding a lot? Because I know like Cassandra
I've been like
likes to,
3 or
right?
4 times. The last time I went
Okay.
with her like 2 weeks ago.
Did you know they're saying that there's like something in the Barn Springs water? So be careful. The like river rash.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a alligator?
No. Probably. Water's gross. No, it's like a rash that people are getting.
Oh, a rash?
Like from Barn
Oh,
Springs and
I
stuff.
don't care.
Okay, you say that now, but what if something happens? And you get
Feels good to itch your balls.
Yeah.
Am I right, Brandon? Am I right? Especially the left nut.
Preach, brother, preach.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been paddleboarding in Austin, but I've lived here forever.
Yeah.
I don't like water when it's, well, actually that's not true because I like the beach and like other areas, but now I'm scared.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, look, there it is.
Woman contracts rash after spending
well, I
time
guess
in
it's-
Lady
yeah,
Bird
Barn
Lake.
Springs.
Woman, not women. Just one.
Just one.
What are we looking at? Is that her leg?
That's her arm.
Yeah, it's definitely her arm. You can see it connected to her
Yeah.
like head and shoulder up there in
Yeah,
the
that's
corner.
her-
Oh, I didn't know what I was looking at in the back. I
That
was
would be like a horrible image if that
what?
was her leg.
Yeah.
Be something else.
It's like, damn, I don't want her
Yeah.
bathwater. Jeez.
That's the bath water you gotta drink. Is that one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, can you imagine how awful it'd be if you actually did pay to drink a woman's bathwater and then you didn't know, but she has something like that.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
something scary. And then you just get like a rash like that on your mouth. You don't know what it's from.
The only way to fix it is if you inhale this.
That
So comics and pedophiles, come over here.
they should really pay you by now for that.
This
So
is
what's
a
the
local
actual-
Thai brand. They don't care about sponsorships. Like even
Well-
Sriracha has never paid a dime for marketing.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I feel a little like I don't know if I just like don't have anxiety and that's why I feel a
Loose.
little bit yeah.
It's
Is
from
that
my
the word for
charisma.
it?
It's being contagious right now. All right.
Maybe. Or maybe it's those.
This is the last thing I'll say about Scientology. As I was
Okay.
reading the book,
Yeah.
the guy had a very interesting life. He was like a science fiction writer. He was in like the Navy, and he failed at like 5 different things. But he had like charisma, and
Yeah.
that's why like the Church of Scientology succeeded, and he like successfully created a cult. And as I was reading that, I was like, I feel like I'm reading my future autobiography. Like, this is like sadly cool, but
Yeah. But well, I mean, he had to fail all those things to get to like
yeah, failure's
great-
the mother of success.
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta fail before you become successful. At least that's what I'm telling myself right now.
You're still young.
Yeah.
You're in the first half of the 20s.
Gross. It's not a fun time to be in your 20s.
Have you taken shrooms? It usually
No.
helps a lot of people in their early 20s.
Yeah. Can you tell they've never
Yeah.
done it? Is that why you're suggesting it to me? He's like, chill out,
Yeah.
bitch. No, I haven't. Because, like, I will do it once I'm more... I've said this, and once I'm like, once I get, like, mentally stable
Uh-huh.
and, like, not depressed, but I'm pretty happy right now, and I feel like I would still be, like, like, I feel like I'd be one of those people that just starts, like, having a panic attack.
That's fair.
You know? But I don't know, because it could be the total opposite, where I could be like, my life has changed.
Yeah.
You know,
You're just like a product of your own environment. If you have like 1 or
Yeah.
2 close friends, like to bring, and then you're like out in the woods with like, and you're not like at a trap concert, it's
Yeah.
impossible to have a bad time.
Have you done acid too, or just shrooms?
Yeah, I've done acid.
Oh, okay. What do you like better?
I've done acid more, but I like shrooms more.
Oh, okay.
Shrooms is, yeah. In college, it was like way harder to get.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy, because, like, I feel like shrooms would be pretty ezy to get now. Like here.
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it just depends on who you know.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
I bought mine from a Canadian
you-
lab.
really?
Yeah.
That doesn't shock me. You got this. What if you're giving me shrooms and that's why I feel loose?
Yeah.
Is this a setup? Like, have you ever done shrooms?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start tripping here in like 45 minutes.
Yeah, the baseball bat's going to become a lightsaber.
Yeah. These lights are
You'll
gonna
start
trip me
selling
out.
your water at discounted prices.
Yeah, this water right here. So, did you see anything though when you tripped?
I saw my own sadness.
Wow.
I saw myself age like 80 years in the mirror.
What?
I saw, yeah. I went to a library. Books were flying out at me like in Harry Potter.
Oh my god.
I stopped being gay.
Decided.
Why
you
do
like
the queer
girls?
variety shows hate me?
Because you're not gay anymore. That's why.
Look at what I wear.
Yeah.
Look at this fabulous fragrance I have. It's so eclectic. It's vegan.
It's pretty fabulous. So when you saw yourself age, you just looked in the mirror and you're like, "This is older Chris from the future," or like, what happened?
Yeah, I just saw like myself like basically die, and I was like, "This
What?
is."
Did you have
okay.
wrinkles?
Yeah, I
Oh,
had wrinkles.
hell
I
no.
was like, I had gray hair. I wasn't balding. I was like, this is gonna be good.
So that's
It's
gonna be
good.
you,
If
yeah.
my wife of 60 years divorces me, I might be
Yeah.
able to get a little bit of pussy before the coffin.
Go to the swingers club.
Yeah.
That's where your future will be. So, does like seeing all those things and tripping, does that make you more excited for like your future? Like, do you feel like your life has changed or you've been awakened since you've tripped?
Awakened is isn't too far off. in a lot of ways.
Huh.
Because my parents like groomed me to become like a business guy. Like
Okay.
I just wanted to be an investment banker in college.
I can
And
see
then
that.
that killed me. So then
Yeah.
like, when I took shrooms, it like woke me up a little bit.
Oh.
And so I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been depressed this whole time. It took 8 years to figure it out, but yeah.
You're depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. I've heard people say that if you are looking for an answer, that shrooms will give you the answer. So there you go.
Yeah.
I'll try them at some point. I think, honestly, once I'm 25, then I'll try them.
Uh-huh. Well,
'Cause,
if
like-
I could give you the answer to any
Yeah.
question you want, what would it be?
That's a
Any
good
question?
question. I guess I would want to know, like, if I'm going to be successful and win. But I feel like
Are
that's
you
trying
crazy?
to, like...
What's the point in asking that? Because if the answer is yes, you still got to work your
Yeah.
ass off.
Yeah.
And the answer is no, what else are you going to do?
That's true. Like, if the answer was no, I don't think that would change anything. Like, I'd still be doing my silly little routine of, like, okay, let's do open mics, let's go to school, let's do these auditions that nobody will ever cast me for,
So
let's, like, work.
then-
So I guess I gotta think of another question.
Yeah, ask the genie another question.
Does it have to be about, like, my life?
This is your life, whatever
I
you want.
guess. God. I don't know, because, like, knowing the future kind of would scare me a little bit. I guess I would want to know how I die. But shrooms probably can't give me that answer.
No.
Because I just, like, yeah,
How you die.
yeah, how I die. Or, like, what my wedding's going to be like. That's what I would want to know. Those are the kind of questions.
I mean, to be fair, you're the
Yeah.
bride. You're going to decide exactly what happens.
Yeah, but I know when the time comes, like, I'll be a bridezilla, and I can't, because I'm such a control freak that I would be like, this has to be, like, I would want to plan my own wedding.
You just want to know if there's gonna, like, when they have, like, the two people up at the altar, and
Yeah.
they say, like, does anybody object? You want to know which bitch is gonna
Well-
stand up, and you're gonna kill her before, you're gonna cut the root before it, right?
Yeah, I guess so. What would your question be?
My question.
Yeah, would you have one?
My biggest fear is having a kid, so my question would be, if I get a
Oh.
vasectomy, is it gonna be
Is it-
100%?
That is an interesting fear, because that I also, like, don't ever want a child.
Good,
Ever.
yeah.
Yeah, no. So you don't ever want, like, yeah, hell no. That's a lot of responsibility. But they say that your mind changes when you meet the right person. Like, once you have, like, everybody's told
I
me.
think your
once you have
mind
a
changes
family-
when you turn 32,
yeah.
and then your parents yell at you.
Yeah.
But I think my plan is if when I get married and the
Yeah.
in-laws like hash at me, I'll just be like, my dick's fucked up. I can't get her pregnant. And I'll be like, show me your sperm count. Show me. I was like, 0, bitch. That's why we got 3 dogs.
Yeah, I'd rather have a dog. But even that is, like, I just don't think I want a dog at some point. That's my, you know what? That's my dream, is just to have a Yorkie.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what those look like?
Yeah,
Those little
Yorkies
dog-
are
yeah.
easy to
Yeah.
have. You can have them even in an apartment.
Yeah.
They don't need that much work.
Exactly. Well, I used to have one, but it's just now, if I did get a dog, I wouldn't be able to give it, like, the time
Uh-huh.
that it needs and
Yeah.
proper care. So yeah, when I get stable, like, financially, and have
Right,
more time
right,
on my
right.
hands, I'll get a dog.
That's also what I want.
Yeah.
Like my dog is the only person that I say I love you to.
Really?
And, yeah.
Not even, like, your parents?
It's kind of weird. The first like 24 years of my life, like, just never said I love you. So like you just grown up not to say it, and then they
Really?
get older. So I think they had like their heart softens.
Yeah.
So then they start saying it. But at this point, my heart is like steel. So I'm like, what? Especially with comedy too. Like you develop
Yeah.
like this weird like
Yeah.
I don't know, like you just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Emptiness.
Yeah.
Someone says fuck you on stage, you don't feel anything.
Just empty inside.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know. I felt like a little baby the other day, because it was this open mic. It was a street mic, and yeah, it's just fun. Yeah. But these group of like hot guys, they were hot. They were like, we'll sit around like tell me a joke, and they sat there and watched it. And so I told a joke, and the first one got him, and they were like, ah, and I was like, these guys are into me, like,
Yeah.
And then I told my second joke, and the corniest dude in the group goes, wow. I'm gonna go kill myself now. And he was like, let's go. And like, the other friend was like, we're sorry about him, like, you were funny. And they were walking off, and I could hear one of the friends was like, that was funny, like, she's funny, dude. But like,
Hey.
yeah, but it didn't, like, they all left, and I was like, fuck, like, I'm so awkward, like, why did I tell that joke? Like, they all just left, and like, he thinks I'm not funny, like, this whole group of guys, like, how embarrassing. But yeah, and so yeah, it was embarrassing, so I felt like a baby. But I mean, it doesn't affect me now, but in the moment I was like, these hot guys, I just scared them away by telling like shooting jokes.
They didn't like the shooting jokes?
No.
Guys love the shooting.
Yeah.
Probably a bunch of white guys too,
'cause-
right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
white guys.
wow.
Yeah. It was the corny guy in the group though that was like, wow, and I was like,
Was he gay?
I know I made the voice like he'd be gay, but he wasn't. And after he left, I was like, I thought of a comeback after he left, but
It's always after they leave.
and I was like, yeah. But yeah, but basically, it is an emptiness, like doing comedy. I feel a little empty inside.
Yeah.
So we all do.
Silver lining is you can get a dog, and then if you quit, you can play with the dog all night because you're not doing shows or going to mics.
What if, like, 5 years from now, you do have a kid and we reconvene? You're like selling out arenas and stuff, and your kid's just there. How would you feel?
I could pay another person to raise him.
That's fair. That's fair. Like, do you know those parents where they don't raise their kid, they just rely on the nanny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like 25% of the world.
Yeah. Well, I've been a nanny for a while. Like,
do they expect you to like teach them values?
I mean, there's been some families where like kind of, but for the most part, no, not really. But yeah, I mean,
nannying and just like working with kids is very interesting because when the parents are gone and you work with the kids independently,
yeah,
you realize how shitty the parents are. Like you walk into the room and like they don't even say hi, or they just keep staring at their iPad. You're
really?
Like, yeah, your parents never taught you that.
I guess, like, you give me vibes of, like, you'd work at a summer camp. Have you ever been, like, a camp counselor?
Yeah, I've been, like,
okay.
I've done it for a couple summers.
That makes sense. So
that was really fun.
Yeah.
That's when I found out I love kids, but I never want to raise them.
Yeah, that makes sense. You played tennis, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah.
Do you still like to play tennis?
Yeah, I do, but I'm getting old. 26 is the new 40 for me. Yeah, my knees are like jello right now.
Really? Have you been playing tennis a lot?
No, I'm just getting old. I don't know what's happening. That's why I've been trying to intermittent fast and trying to get my hands on some diabetes medicine, metformin. Apparently, it helps the aging process.
Does it really? I didn't even know that, and I have a bunch of diabetics in my family.
Ooh, I just found a plug. You give me some of those, I'll give you some of these.
Oh, deal. My mom's diabetic. I'll be like, hey, what medicines do you take?
Dude, she's going to live forever, man. She's on metformin.
Yeah, I don't know if she is, but what was I going to say? So you do fasting, like, props to you, because I couldn't
I don't
do, okay.
It's really tough.
I tried for a little bit, and it, like, worked, but it's too much. Like, I don't like that feeling of, like, okay, I can't eat now. Yeah. But, yeah, that is true, though. You know, I haven't discovered that kids are shitty necessarily through, like, babysitting, but a lot of my students, I'm like, I can tell, like, you don't get your ass whooped at home.
Yeah.
Or, like, I can tell that your parents just, like, entertain you with your phone.
Right.
I can tell that you're spoiled.
In those cases, do you, like, obviously it's, like, you can hate the kid, but do you blame the parents more?
Kinda, because, like, I don't know. I mean, it's like you are, like, responsible for everything that child knows.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if it's an adult that's still being, have you ever met adults that are like, my parents did this, and it's like, well, you're an adult, like
Yeah.
you have all the powers to work through that. But if it's a child, I guess, yeah, I kind of do blame the parent more.
Uh-huh.
What about you?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Entirely.
Yeah.
I have enough hate for both, though.
Yeah.
Or I guess all three.
Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't, like, imagine being a summer camp counselor, though, and having to get them, like, rounded up for,
Yeah.
that's like, daycare.
Tough.
Yeah.
Because, like, all kids have to do is, like, ask you 3 times, and you're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I, one time, had to teach first grade,
Uh-huh.
and that was, like, one of the worst days of my life, because there were so many of them and one of me.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't. I was
And you're
like,
too
I
nice.
can't.
You have to be bitch.
Yeah. Well,
to
you know
be-
what? But, like, working with kids, though, I'm not that nice. Like, but those kids, even when I did snap into my teacher voice, or the teacher look that normally scares them, they didn't care. They were just like,
Really?
yeah, they were going crazy everywhere. And I was like, I don't ever want to help with these little demons ever
Yeah.
again. Not worth it. But yeah.
What was any, like, crazy kid stories, though? Like,
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, what I can say without losing my job.
oh, you're still, okay.
Well,
Right,
it's
'cause
summer
the
now,
summer.
yeah. But I don't really think, like, anyone's gonna listen to this, and if they did, I don't really care. I'll
Yeah.
just find another job, but...
Cassandra's going to be listening.
Well, yeah, well,
She listens to every podcast to see if I, like, accidentally mentioned that I fucked somebody or something.
Well, I don't blame her. She's
Like, Brandon,
peeking.
when I did your podcast,
Yeah.
there were, like, 22 views. I bet she was, like, 20% of them.
She's just replaying, like, every single part. Yeah. No, I meant, like, people from the school district, like, that I could get in trouble with. I don't think they'll be
okay.
listening.
Yeah.
Hopefully not. But
Definitely not.
the time that I taught first grade, none of them were listening to me. So I just put on a movie because I was like, I'm over this. And one of the little girls, those, like, Nature Valley granola bars that when
Yeah.
you open up, they make a fucking mess everywhere? She opened up, like, 5 or 6 of them. I mean, her lunchbox was, like, full of them. And I didn't see that she was opening all these up at her desk because I just wasn't paying attention. I was probably, like, reading or something. But I looked up, and I just saw this little bitch with all these granola bars and all these crumbs. And it was just, like, a gigantic mess on her desk. And as soon as I saw it, I went over to her and I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, I was hungry. Like, you said that we could have snacks out. Like, it just made me so angry.
The
'cause it was,
teacher, not the janitor. It's all right.
yeah. And yeah, that's probably, like, I guess that's not really, like, crazy, but that's probably the most
That's
thing
like
I could
kid
say
logic,
without being
though.
Yeah,
Right.
because, like, it was so innocent to her, but to me, I was like, bitch, you're opening up 5 of these granola bars. Like, what are you doing? I'm trying to think of... Yeah, I probably can't say that crap. There is, like, something that a kid did, but I can't say it because I'll get in trouble.
I had one kid who, like, speaking of, like, parents who, like, didn't really raise him, like, he was, like, just, like, acting up so he could get attention. He would, like, just be a jerk to girls, like, pull them their hair, like,
Yeah.
steal their food. And, the girls eventually, like, had enough of his bullshit.
Uh-huh.
And so this is at the tennis camp, and so they're like, Coach Chris, like, teach us how to hit the ball harder. And they were, like, purposely, like, trying to, like, just hit as hard as they could and, like, get better aim.
Yeah.
So they could go whoop his ass. And then I, like, lost momentum. Like, he
Yeah.
was on one court, they were, like, a couple courts over, and they were like, all right, I think we got it, girls. And then, like...
They said that out loud?
Yeah, like, 4 of them, like, started... They were like, where the fuck is Cade? And so they started storming them. And I was like, I had to, like, block the door. They had enough of his shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was, like, spitting on them and shit. Like,
Oh.
they were ready to whoop his ass.
Yeah, they're little girl bosses.
Yeah. A little part of me was like, man, why did you get in their way?
Oh, so you stopped them. They didn't actually do it.
Yeah, I stopped
Okay.
them. I was an idiot, man. I
That's
should have
so-
watched it. That's worth losing your job, making $12 an hour.
Yeah, you know, that's clever, though, that they were, like, scheming up. Like, let's ask Coach Chris to help us so we can beat his ass. No, that's great. There's...
I like almost made I made him cry in front of everybody too.
Really?
Yeah, it felt so good.
What'd you do to him?
He was like nobody really liked him, and this is at lunch. He was like stealing people's food.
He was probably like being starved at home if he's stealing
No,
food.
he was like buying food. He had money. He tried to buy friends. But he was stealing people's food, and then like all the kids were like watching the TV, and just to get their attention, I like muted the TV, and then I said, "Hey, Michael, if Kate is mean to you, just slap him in the face and stare at him. He won't fight back, and then he'll just walk away." And then Kate just looks at me. Starts tearing up and he says, "You jerk," and then he goes to the restroom, and I was like, fuck yeah. Oh God, this is for all the bullies I hated. Oh, I feel so fucking good.
You jerk.
Oh, you're probably gonna see him on the news
Oh
one day.
my God. That is hysterical. You got your revenge moment. That was like, were you bullied as a kid?
Yeah.
Okay. That's why you did that.
I got school shooter energy.
Okay, yeah. Oh, God. You're about to pull a gun out right now and just shoot both of us in this room. That is hilarious. It is kind of, like, fun, though, putting the kids on the spot who, like, ruin it for everybody. Like, I always say, I'm like, this is my rule. I'm like, if one person talks while I'm talking, then we're going to sit in silence for the rest of the class. And they're going to ruin it for everybody else. And it's a good way to get them to, yeah. I'm that
way the other kids whoop their ass?
Yeah.
Oh, you're one of those bitches?
Yep.
Damn.
So I'm like, if you want to speak over me, good luck. Because everybody in this class is going to hate you.
That's like in basketball when the coach is like, all right, if somebody misses their free throws, you all have to do suicide.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, you.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, that's not.
And then at the end of the season, they're like, this is why y'all don't have any teamwork. Like, no chemistry, man. Y'all got great cardio, but no chemistry.
Because everyone's just salty.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're getting close to wrap time.
Oh,
soon.
damn.
Dang. Do you have any, like, upcoming shows or anything you're doing?
Yeah, I have a show next Friday, July 27th at the Alamo Draft House in Mueller.
Hell yeah. Is it the one that you put on?
Yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Give out free movie tickets. You can come laugh, and then maybe you'll watch Thor for free.
Sweet. That is awesome. That's a sweet setup. I am actually producing a show on the 29th. I already told you about this. Hell yeah. So if you're listening to this, come out and see it. It'll be at Blackerby Studios. It's a violin shop, but there's a
with
cool setup in
alcohol.
the back.
Very cool setup.
Yeah, there will be alcohol there. We are sponsored by Escobars, so that'll be fun.
Escobars?
Yeah, they're my sponsorship.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
yeah,
You already got
yeah.
sponsored. That's awesome.
Alcohol and Escobars. But yeah, Chris, this has been fun.
Thank you.
Thank you for
I'm
coming
glad that
on.
I'm like one of the final things I say is, yeah, I got school shooter
Sure.
energy. I was bullied. If anybody's watching, just remember this and the Swingers Club and Scientology.
Yeah,
Forget the last 3 minutes.
Someone's gonna shoot up an open mic soon, and it's gonna be you. Oh my God! Before we go, did you see that they actually shot up a comedy club? Brandon, could you pull that up for a second?
Yeah.
Craig Robinson.
Yeah, at his show.
That's tragic.
I don't know the details.
We're about to see. They I don't know if they shot while he was on stage, but I think that that's absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
If they start doing
So
that.
I'm pulling it up, but I was already reading about this because it was at a Comedy Zone in North Carolina, and so apparently the gunman opened fire onto the crowd, and then they had to flee the crowd into the neighboring Big Time Rush concert. So
Oh, Big Time Rush is still around.
Yeah, I
What
know.
the
What a
fuck?
throwback. This is 2012.
That is like, I feel like we're in like a fake.
Nah, man,
This
that's not a
is not, like-
shooter. That's a producer
yeah.
trying to get butts and seats. I do the same
Go to the
thing,
Big Time
man.
Rush concert or else. Yeah, that's scary. That is real scary. I don't like that at all.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No one died?
no, they just said one guy was taken away. They did a pretty good job about preventing it from getting too bad. And I guess Craig Robinson had said he was in the green room, so he didn't even like really witness it.
Hmm.
Oh, good. Yikes.
In
That's
North
so
Carolina,
scary.
though, I don't know if that was like a shooter or just like somebody was like really excited.
I don't know if I've ever been there. They have a basketball team, right? That's the UNC.
Hornets, right?
Or no, maybe I'm thinking of something. I think I'm getting it mixed up. Anyways, I don't know.
Hornets.
Oh, Hornets.
Well, actually, you're both right. You named the college team. He named the professional team.
Okay.
Yeah, we know
well,
sports.
Hell yeah. Eagles. Yeah, but wow. Well, thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
I'm so glad
thank you
I
for
finally
having
got
me.
to have.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, nice chat. Don't shoot up anything, even though you get tempted to.
No, no.
Do you have Instagram? Well, I know you have Instagram,
Yeah.
but what do you want to? Where can they find you?
I'm building up my YouTube channel right now, but
Oh,
you can
yeah.
find me on Instagram at devoutly Chris Tan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get your username until. Did you? I think it was on Brandon's pod, right? You had talked about your username.
Oh,
Or where
yeah,
did I
yeah,
hear
yeah.
you did it one pod? Okay, yeah.
Right.
I feel dumb because I was like, oh, that's.
Yeah, so many people get that. So I think I have to do a better
Yeah.
job of like saying like my name's Chris Tan and then
Yeah.
saying the thing.
Yeah.
Someone today sent me your Instagram and was like, I thought his name was Devoutly Christian.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, was it a comic?
Yeah, it was Galen Nash.
Devoutly. That's. Oh God. Well, thank you guys for tuning into this and listening. It means a lot. Or if you're watching this on YouTube right now, I am actually trying to get my TikTok following up. So if you're listening to this and you have never followed me on TikTok, go do that. It is at Janessa Carlin. And yeah, thank you all for tuning in to another episode. Peace.
This has been a Your Last Resort production.